So, at this point, it's no secret that Equestria Girls isn't exactly a film in my good graces. But before I carefully and elegantly explain exactly why this film irks me to no end, I figured I'd take a moment to acknowledge that, for as much as I didn't enjoy the thing, there were some semblances of good things happening conceptually here and there that, while in no way were enough to salvage the film, deserve some mention. And so, with that, I present to you 10 things I liked about Equestria Girls. Number 1. The opening scene. Unsurprisingly, the best part about Equestria Girls is the part of the movie that has absolutely nothing to do with the core concepts of Equestria Girls. The whole intro scene of the film was actually really well done, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was a great way to follow up the rather ambiguous ending to Season 3, and actually retconned a few of the last-minute ass-pulls that episode spat out for the sake of time-saving and theatrics, namely, Twilight no longer instantly taking to the mechanics of flight, as she is shown to have issues dealing with her wings, and also is very apprehensive about the concept of being a princess, which is much more in line with her character. She's worried about her performance being up to par with Celestia's expectations, is stressing over the possibility of being responsible for an entire kingdom like Cadence is, and overall is just overwhelmed by the sudden increase in possible responsibility. I feel that this was a much needed epilogue to the events of Magical Mystery Cure, and was written in a way that seemed exactly how Twilight would have taken to such a happening. Number 2. Spike. Yes, he's a dog. Yes, that raises a ton of otherwise avoidable questions concerning his relationship with Twilight and pony society in general. I agree. All that sucks. Horribly. However, Spike is his usual snarky self, even in dog form, and totally rolls with everything that happens while in Canterlot High. His personality lends itself rather well to the nature of this film, since he doesn't take anything all that seriously. Add in the fact that you can't possibly get invested either, and his asshat remarks here and there are suddenly like a breath of fresh air. Like, thank God there's someone besides me that isn't completely caught up in this pseudo-high school drama BS. Spike ends up being your proverbial wingman throughout the film, serving as an outlet for your frustrations. Number 3. The Spike and Rarity role reversal. Yeah, this is kinda creepy when viewed through the lens of their dynamic in the show, but you have to keep in mind that the Rarity from the Canterlot High universe has no idea that Spike harbors feelings for an equine version of herself, nor does she realize he is anything but a normal dog for the majority of the film.
Sure would love a scratch behind the old ears. Gah. Maybe later.
Regardless, having Spike be the one getting the affection instead of giving it was one of the few ways this film made use of the alternate universe in a sensible, genuinely entertaining fashion, and I find myself getting a chuckle or two out of the scenes that came out of it. Number 4. Well, there you have it, folks. 3 things I liked about Equestria Girls. Thanks for stopping by, and I'll see you next video. I can't just stop at 3. That's lazy, even by my standards. Number 4. Scootaloo. Yeah, Scootaloo. I like Scootaloo. Why? Because she's the only member of the main cast who wore friggin' pants. Well, capris, but I'll take what I can get. Seriously, I'm no fashion expert, and I certainly don't have much in terms of social contact anymore, but if I recall correctly, I'm pretty sure most of the girls in my high school wore jeans. So unless there's some new fashion trend I'm unaware of, which is actually quite possible, but anyways, the fact that basically every girl in the movie wore a skirt was kinda jarring. But leave it to Scootaloo to buck the trend and make a stand for pants enthusiasts everywhere. I'm sure Lyra would be proud. Between the pants and the hoodie, she was easily my favorite humanization in the film from an aesthetic standpoint. Actually, come to think of it, Number 4.5, 2 of my favorite characters were wearing hoodies, and hoodies are awesome. Okay, 4 things. What else? What else? Number 5. Okay, 5 is a nice solid number, I can stop here, right? The fan service. This really shouldn't count. But when it comes to Equestria Girls, I really am just running out of things to say. Equestria Girls goes out of its way, and I do mean out of its way, to throw some nods at longtime fans of the show. Whether it be Trixie's cameo with peanut butter crackers, Vinyl Scratch's eyes, the CMC theme song being cut off right before it says pony, to the obligatory derpy dancing during the end credits, the film is packed to the brim with references to keep the hardcore fans invested. And that's just the problem. The fan service is certainly enjoyable and fun to see for a hardcore pony fan like myself, but it feels like DHX is shaking keys in front of my face, desperately attempting to keep my attention as the meat of the film quickly begins to disengage my interest. Oh, the high school setting is flat? The conflict is written with plot holes? Don't look now, it's Trixie!
Awesome!
It's like the references are spaced out in such a way that just as you'd be about to turn the film off, they throw another bone your way, and it's enough to keep you in your seat despite your better judgment. And this leads me to everything I didn't like about this film. Equestria Girls is just... it's just...
Thanks for watching my YouTube video. If you liked it, hit the thumbs up button thing. And I make videos every week on the technology and cartoons and My Little Ponies. If you like those things, feel free to subscribe, because that'd be pretty cool. Who wants a pizza roll? Email this webzone if you want a pizza roll.